except for hissing and things like that are kind of scary. But never has the snake said, yo, what's up? Don't you wish you had a MacBook Pro? Well, yes I do. Let's chat about it. Never! There's something supernatural going on here. There's something supernatural going on here. And if you're a skeptic, I just ask you to suspend your disbelief for a moment. You don't have to get rid of it, but for the sake of the story, suspend your disbelief for just a moment. Follow along. If there is a God, if this whole thing is real, then it makes sense that things could happen that we wouldn't understand. Right? Okay. Genesis 3, verse 4, to get back what the Bible says rather than my extrapolation. The serpent says, hey, by the way, did God really say you can't eat of this tree? It says, and Eve says, well, we just can't eat of this one right here. Can't even touch it or we'll die. Verse 4, Genesis 3. The serpent replies to the woman, you won't die. God knows that your eyes will be opened as soon as you eat it, and you'll be like God, knowing both good and evil. There's a lie here. God said, eat it and die. Satan says, the serpent says rather, you won't die. And Eve is caught at the crux decision that faces every one of us from that day forward, and that is, who is God? Who gets to say who's right? See, up to this point, Adam and Eve had lived in a state of dependence on God. God who's right. This is life. Helping you figure it out. A dependence and interdependence in a relationship with God. And at this point, God's integrity is called into question. God is lying to you. That's what he said. God's lying to you. And now Eve has to make a decision. Who's right? A, B. Who gets to choose? Do I get to figure out what's right? Or does God? And that is the crux of all the issues come down to this. Do I get to choose what's right or does God? You won't die. God knows that your eyes will be opened as soon as you eat it. And you'll be like God. So who is this serpent? This snake? Okay, let's do a quick Bible journey. Revelation 12, verse 7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought back, but he was not strong enough, and they lost their place in heaven. The great dragon was hurled down, that ancient serpent called the devil or Satan, who leads the whole world astray. He was hurled to the earth, and his angels with him. The serpent is Satan. Now, somehow, in heaven, where there's just, perfection and utopia, there's war. How many guys are Star Wars, Star Trek fans? A few of you. Some of you are also still lying. We forgive you. Have you ever wondered why it is on star space programs that they make starships with wings, even though there's no air in outer space? Throw that out for you to ponder randomly throughout the day. Anyway, a box is just as navigational as a sleek plane in outer space. Anyway, I won't try to break it down. If you don't understand that, you really don't care. Somehow, this was a little distraction. Okay, somehow there is war that defies anything that I can imagine. And I believe that the war was not just a physical war. It was an emotional war. It was a spiritual war. It was a war on all levels. Because it was Satan and his angels coming against God and his angels. Where did that come from? Who was this Satan? Ezekiel chapter 28. Prophetic language speaking about Satan. You were the model of perfection, full of wisdom and exquisite in beauty. You were in Eden, the garden of God. Your clothing was adorned with every precious stone. Verse 14, I ordained and anointed you as the mighty angelic guardian. You had access to the holy mountain of God and walked among the stones of fire. You were blameless in all you did from the day that you were created until the day evil was found in you. Your rich commerce led you to violence and you sinned. So I banished you in disgrace from the mountain of God. I expelled you, O mighty guardian, from your place among the stones of fire. Your heart was filled with pride because of your beauty. Your wisdom was corrupted by the love of your splendor. So I threw you to the ground and exposed you to the curious state of camp. Somehow there's this being that God makes, and his second is the top angel, has access into the very throne room of God, unrestricted, is amazing in his creation, is the most gorgeous being. Had access to all the universes of God. And I believe there's more than just our universe. That's my own personal belief. For what it's worth, it's not in the Bible, that's just my belief. And somehow, as he started traveling around, he started going, whoa, dude, I am good looking. I am quite a shining example of beauty. I'm the man. Yes, I am. And he started to realize that he was something special, and that started building on him, and started going, wow. And then it led to this in Isaiah 14. How are you fallen from heaven, O shining star, son of the morning? You've been thrown down to the earth, you who destroyed the nations of the world, for you said to yourself, I will ascend to heaven.